This is the Red Pill Reich. Now, today I'm going to go over what the manosphere calls geomaxing. And now, let me just start by saying my channel is not monetized. I don't make any money from these videos, and I don't have a Patreon account or any kind of donation, so I don't have any reason to lie about this shit. I've been traveling for a long time, and I've been living in other countries since the 90s, okay? So, I kind of know what the fuck I'm talking about. Now, you can take it or leave it, but I have no reason to bullshit anybody. Now, if you take the advice of most of the guys that promote the so-called geomaxing, well, they'll tell you something like, well, go where you're the different guy. Like, they'll tell a white dude, go to Southeast Asia, or go somewhere in Asia, go somewhere in Africa, where you're the only one of your race, and you'll be different, and you'll get those women that are interested in white guy. Okay, look, the problem with this, if a white guy goes to, say, Asia, now, we don't need to keep beating the same horse, as far as, yes, a lot of these women you're going to get are going to be fucking prostitutes. A lot of these women are going to be fucking passport chasers and, looking for an ATM machine. And you're going to be getting the dregs, but besides that, if the few women that are genuinely interested in you and don't have some ulterior motive behind it, these are going to be the extremely rare outliers. Because people that are into other races other than their own are fucking outliers. Now, I'm talking about people of true races, like, not, if you're a mixed race person like a mestizo, then this doesn't really apply to you because your situation's a little different due to the admixture, okay? But a white guy going to, say, Asia, the only women you're getting are these outlier females that may, be attracted to guys of other races. But see, these are women that Ed Dutton, the Jolly Heretic, would call spiteful mutants, okay? So that means they're probably high mutation loaded. They're not going to be the cream of the crop as far as looks, and they're going to be girls that have problems. They're not going to be the top genetic female of that group of people, okay? Because those women are going to be ethnocentric, and they're going to stick to their own people, all right? So, yes, if you want to go to Asia and get that very small pool of women, that very small percentage of women that are spiteful mutants, that are interested, the rare outliers that are interested in meeting, hooking up with guys of other races other than their own, well, you can do that. But it's going to be a very limited pool, and it's not going to be the top girls that you would be imagining. Like the girls you might see in these anime fucking books you guys like to read. Another thing, any guy interested in going and meeting other women of other races, they're also spiteful mutants. So if your ultimate goal is to go to Southeast Asia or somewhere in Africa to meet women of another race, well, you're a spiteful mutant. So you probably should do that and remove yourself from the white gene pool, all right? But you'd be doing the rest of us a favor. Now, but again, you're only getting the bottom, the very rare anomaly, outlier chicks. I would suggest and most of the guys that are gonna, probably watch my videos are guys that agree with the oofy doofy law. They know my stance on this. These are guys like Hell with an S word, like good guys that are, even though I haven't seen what this dude looks like, good-looking masculine dudes that are struggling in the United States and Western countries that is full-blown oofy doofy law now. I suggest, no, don't go to these fucking countries because, you're not a spiteful mutant. You're not going to want women of other races. You want women of your own races. So I suggest go to where your own people are. So if you're like a black man, that means going somewhere in Africa. If you're or the Caribbean. It could be the Caribbean. It could be places like Brazil. There's a lot of places because there are a lot of blacks in Brazil. Now, if you're Asian, the most logical would be go back to Asia, somewhere in Asia, where you will get your own women. And another thing, you want to go where there's an abundance of good-looking women. That's another thing. If you're, for example, like, if you're white, you could go to somewhere in Eastern Europe, where there's an abundance of good-looking fucking women over there, compared to the West, where they're all fucking land whales. You're more likely, if you go somewhere like, say, Russia or Hungary or wherever, Croatia or fucking, wherever, there's a lot more attractive women over there than in the West, where they're all fucking land whales, the majority of them. Okay, so if you go, or somewhere like Argentina or Brazil, where there are a lot of white people in Brazil, by the way. Okay, some of these idiots out here think, oh, everybody in South America is a fucking Mongol. That's not true. And why would South America be all Mongols and not North America, United States, and Canada? There were Native Americans here too. Just because there's Native Americans doesn't mean everybody mixed with them. Okay, this is just retarded shit. So there are a lot of white people in these countries, and you can go there, a place like Argentina or Brazil, where there's a lot of good-looking women, and you're going to have a better chance of meeting that top one of those girls, because if there's an abundance of hot girls, they don't look at themselves as anything special because there's so many like them. They think they're just normal. If you go to a place like Peru, where most look like fucking orcs from the fucking Lord of the Rings, well, when you find that one good-looking woman, that is extremely fucking rare, by the way, okay, then she's gonna fucking know she's hot. She's got thousands of fucking dudes trying to get her, so you're just another one. So it's better to go where there's an abundance of pretty girls. And I suggest this to any race of guy. If you're black, do your research and find out what the best looking black women are and go there. Maybe somewhere in Africa, I don't know. If you're Asian, pick the Asian country. I don't know, probably Korea or Japan, I don't know. And then go there, because there's going to be abundance of good looking women there. So your chances of getting one of the hot women is going to be greater. Okay? So that is the best option. So like I've said a lot, the women in Brazil are good looking, and I like them because of the way they are, and I've talked about that on my last video, so I don't need to keep repeating that. But so I would suggest Brazil for a white dude who agrees with the oofy doofy law, and he is a good looking masculine guy, and he's struggling in the West because in America it's oofy doofy. So if you're oofy doofy, you don't need to go anywhere, just stay in the fucking United States. Now, another thing, I often mention how the Brazilian women want good-looking masculine men, but I'm not saying you can't get women if you're not that. In Brazil, you will get your looks match, okay? So if you're a fat fucking guy, you're going to get a fat bitch. If you're an average Joe Schmo, you'll probably get an average-looking plain Jane chick, okay? The point I'm making is, unlike Mexico, where even if a better looking guy is available, she'll still pick the ugly motherfuckers. In Brazil, the girls will pick the better guy. Now, you might see, okay, a pretty girl with a guy that's kind of below her, but that is because when she met that guy, he was the best dude available at the time. Had a better guy been around, she would have picked him. That's what's different about Brazil and most of these other fucking places like Mexico. They will just pick the fucking shit guy. It makes no fucking sense, but that's the way it is, dude. And in Brazil, they will pick a better guy if they have the options. But you can get your looks match in Brazil, okay? But now, if you're a really fucked up looking dude and you're worried about that, well, in Peru you can actually get girls, because they don't really seem to have any preferences in Peru. In Peru, they'll just take any fucking buddy. And they're like zombies, though. The women in Peru don't really show any interest. They give no signal. I think they hold that as sort of a leverage thing. I'm not sure, but it's really weird. And the girls have no preferences. I mean, they'll take anything. So as long as you have whatever resource they need at the moment, it could be food, it could be fucking clothes, it could be whatever, well, they'll be with you. That's how it is in Peru, all right? So I don't really suggest Peru if you want to meet good-looking women, but if you are a true incel and you're an ugly dude, like sub-4 guy, then, which would be below the level of the oofy doofy, by the way, then yeah, go to Peru, and you might, I can't say you're gonna get the beautiful women or the top girl, but you'll get, something. You'll be fucking something, all right? But I suggest going where, your own race of people is, and where there's an abundance of fucking hot girls, okay? And again, I can't guarantee you're going to get in a lot of these places, but in Brazil, yeah. Women in Brazil pretty much go for what they want, and you will get something. But again, if you expect to get the top girls, you better be what they find, they got to find you also physically attractive and shit like that. So it's a mutual thing. So that is pretty much all I had to say in this. And until next time, ciao.